All right, Joe, let's talk about it. Friday Night Smackdown from about a couple days ago. Pretty much, I thought it was a boring show. Just mostly jobber stuff. I fast forwarded through like 80 to 90% of it. Only star on the show was Randy Orton. Really, nobody else. Bunch of jobbers. What else was there? Besides the last 15, 20 minutes, that was mostly a boring show. LA Knight, uh, his promo was decent. I just don't care about his feud with Logan Paul. He should be taking the title off of him in his hometown at SummerSlam. LA Knight should when he beats Logan Paul at SummerSlam. What else? And the interesting thing for the whole night was I thought was the backstage segment between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes, potentially teasing a future world title match between the two. Basically saying when this stuff with the bloodline's over, there's gonna be a bunch of guys in this locker room coming for your title, and I'm gonna have your back. So you just can't trust him. It's Randy Orton. He's got a history of backstabbing his own tag partners. So hopefully that could be yeah, that should be one of the top feuds with Cody Rhodes as champion against Randy Orton. Basically, the mentor versus the student. Whenever they decide to do that feud down the line, down the road. But yeah, mostly boring show. Didn't miss much if you didn't watch this show, the SmackDown show from 2 days ago. All right, let's get to it. First up, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton. They attack Bailey. What was it? Tiffany Stratton's like bragging about being the youngest woman to ever win Money in the Bank or whatever. And then Bailey's like, "Oh, you could be the first woman to also fail the cash in or something." I don't know. Just didn't care for this. And then Nia Jackson, Tiffany, they attack Bailey. That Meechin girl, the girl in AJ Styles group, she comes out to make the save. And that was it for that. Just didn't really care for this. And then Nia Jax defeats Meechin in a match. And then after the match, Tiffany tried to pull a fast one. She tried to cash in the Money in the Bank on Bailey. But Nia Jax was there to stop her. Like, oh, what are you doing, girl? Trying to cash in and become champion, and that means I gotta face you at SummerSlam. So Nia Jax didn't fall for that one. Still really care for this. All right, next up, there was a video package with the Bloodline. Basically, Solo still running his mouth about Roman. Says the Bloodline had all the titles, both heavyweight titles, both tag titles. It would all be the same if Roman Reigns never went soft. Come on, man. What are we doing Solo, man? Roman Reigns got soft. Come on, dude. Come on, man. You can't be, you can't be going at Roman like that. Man, it was all champ for 4 years with you guys. You're gonna call him this dude's gonna call him soft. Come on, man. Man, I can't wait till Roman just destroys this dude when he comes back. Says it takes a real tribal chief to stay on top of his game. This family will rule for decades as long as I'm tribal chief. This the disrespect is too much, man. Come on, Solo. Stop playing, man. Oh my god, man. I can't wait till Roman Reigns spears this dude when he comes back. He's been running his mouth for a long time, yo. Gonna get his, don't worry. Up next we got a backstage segment. Andrade and or no, it was like a pre-taped they were in the empty arena. So it must have been before the show, a couple hours before the show. Andrade's having an interview. Melo Hayes shows up, pretty much just bragging about himself. Says he was the MVP of the Money in the Bank match. And then next week it's gonna be Andrade versus Melo. Who cares, man? I don't really care for this segment either. Whatever. Next up, we got Corbin and Apollo, Baron Corbin, Apollo Cruz as a tag team versus Angel and Berto. When did these guys become a tag team? Corbin and Apollo. It's like two jobbers teaming versus two jobbers in Angel and Berto. So random. Towards the end of the match, Santos Escobar right there gets involved. He knees Apollo Cruz in the face, and then I think it was It was an Angel that pinned Cruz for the win, and then that was it for that. Didn't really care for this with the jobber stuff. All right, let's get to it. What I thought was the best thing of the whole night. The segment with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Randy says if things go sideways, I got your back. Says KO is at home. Says give that Samoan a piece of your mind when you're out there. Says in this business, everything comes to an end. And when we're done with the bloodline and this whole thing is finally over, you can have a lot of guys, a lot of men in this locker room coming after that championship. He says, I'm going to have your back then too. And he basically fist bumped him, and that was it for that. So pretty much you can't trust Randy Orton with this. You know he's setting him up for a feud down the line, down the road. So I can't wait to see that feud whenever that happens. So hopefully very soon. So we'll have to wait and see. But it should be a good feud. You got the student versus the teacher, basically. All right, next up, we got the segment with LA Knight in the ring. He's got a contract in his hands, walking towards the ring. Then he shows off the footage of him pinning Logan Paul in the Money in the Bank qualifier from a couple of weeks ago. Says, I pinned the United States champion. Then he picked up the contract. He left it in the middle of the ring during his promo. He says, Nick Aldis has a signature on it. LA Knight has a signature on it. The only one that's missing is Logan Paul's signature. So it's contract for the SummerSlam United States title match. And he says, surprise, surprise, Logan Paul ain't here. He basically called Logan Paul out to come out and sign the contract, but he ain't there. So next week, Logan Paul is supposed to be there. He'll probably sign the contract then. So that was it for that. Didn't really care for this. Good promo by LA Knight, but don't really care about this feud. Not much there. All right, next up, we got the rematch for the tag titles. More jobber stuff. Austin Theory, Grayson Waller lose to DIY again in a tag title rematch. After the match, this dude Jacob Fatu, Jacob Fatu just shows up and just destroys. He's like body checking people like he's Scott Stevens back in the day, just wrecking dudes. So he got Austin Theory, and then he destroyed DIY in the ring, and then what was it? Yeah, so he ran through the four guys, and then we got Solo and the Tonga brothers come out. Solo Sokoa looks like a it looks like a hitman for the mafia, man. Oh man, like he's trying to hunt down Jason Bourne or somebody. Oh man. And then he gets in the ring. Says forgot where they were. He's like, acknowledge me. Come on. That doesn't sound the same, man. You ain't Roman, dog. Come on, man. Using Roman's catchphrase on his new tribal chief. Says, should I remind you what I did to those that didn't acknowledge me? Jimmy Uso's gone. The wise man, Paul Heyman, he's gone. Says Roman Reigns. They start cheering for Roman. We want Roman. Says Roman Reigns, you don't deserve him. You got me. If he comes back, he will acknowledge me. Now he says, now it's Cody Rhodes' turn to acknowledge me. And Cody Rhodes, aka the new John Cena, aka Captain America, he comes out there. This clueless walk into a trap. And then he says, Cody Rhodes says, we want the same thing. And then pretty much saying it's going to be him versus Solo at SummerSlam for the undisputed title. Bloodline jumps Cody, attack him. Randy Orton comes out to save him. Where is it? Oh, yeah, so they tie him up in the ropes. Between his arms up in the middle and the top rope. They destroy Randy Orton. Number game is too much. Solo and, yeah, right there. I just showed you guys Solo and Jacob tied Cody Rhodes' arms between the ropes, and then they pretty much did the shield powerbomb through the table to Randy Orton right there. And that was it for that. So we got the Bloodline just running things on SmackDown like always. This new fake Bloodline. Solo with all the disrespect towards Roman. it's pretty obvious he has to show up at SummerSlam. There's nothing because now Randy Orton's written off of TV storyline injury. So and KO, who knows when he's gonna come back? So you got nobody else to feud with him now besides Cody, and then they're gonna destroy Cody at SummerSlam, and then yeah, Roman's got to be back by SummerSlam. So yeah, mostly just boring show, except for probably the ending, and then that segment with Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes in the back. But yeah, that was it for SmackDown. See ya.